Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to this fifth tutorial of Arabic writing. In the first tutorial, we learned how to write the Arabic alphabets by themselves. In the second one, we learned how to join two Arabic letters. Because in Arabic, we do not have a choice but to join the letters. In English, we have a choice. If you want to join our writing, or we want to write the letters separate, that is entirely up to us. But in Arabic we do not have choice. We have to join the Arabic letters. So that's why we learned how to join two letters in the second tutorial, and then we learned how to join three-letter word in third tutorial, and the fourth tutorial we learned how to join four letters. We deliberately ignored few letters out of those 28 Arabic letters, or 29 as I explained to you in the first tutorial why there are 28 or 29. Out of those, let's say 28 letters, we used only 22. We ignored 6 of them, and the reason for ignoring them was that the rules for them are slightly different. So these are the 6 letters that we deliberately ignored, and we will learn rules regarding them in this tutorial. The rules are very simple. Okay, two things you need to remember. First is that they do not join with each other. So if there is a word, let's say there is this word ba, waw, dal, sin, qaf. I'm just making this up. Okay, they will not join with each other. Okay, so if I want to join this, I will join it like this: ba, waw, then dal, then sin, and then qaf. That's how I would join it. See, waw is refusing to join with dal. Okay, waw does not join with dal. Okay, that's the first one. Okay, the second thing is that they will not join with the letters after them. So what does it mean? Okay, so if I write 3 letters here, let's say if I write ba again, okay, and then I write waw. Waw is one of these, this one, special letters, and then I write kaf, and then I write sin, let's say. Okay, when I say they do not join with letters after them, okay, so which one is after? Is ba after waw, or is kaf after waw? We know the Arabic comes from this side, from right to the left. Okay, so waw will not join with kaf because kaf is after waw. It will join with ba. So I will show you how to write this joined up. Okay, so ba, this is how ba looks like in the beginning, then waw, and then kaf, and then sin. Okay, it will join with the letters before them, okay, before it. So these letters will join with the letters before them, but they will not join with the letters after them. So the letters on to their left, they will not join. They will only join with the letters on their right. Okay, very easy. But a few, these two rules, they have some implications. So you will know them, you will learn them in the examples, inshallah. When we do the examples, I will tell you what these rules imply. Okay, so let's do some examples. So these are the words, inshallah, we're going to join. The first word is alif, qaf, ta, ra, ba, and ta. So we will join them using or applying the rules that we just learned. We'll use the same joining sheet that we used last time. Let's see how alif looks like in the beginning. So this is alif in the beginning. See, it is just the same as the itself shape. Okay, let's copy this. In the beginning alif looks like this. Let's copy this alif. Now when we write alif, so as we said, if you remember, in these two here we said they do not join with each other. That's fine. They don't join with the letters after them. So what this implies is that whenever they appear in a word, it means the joining up finishes. Then what we do, if we have more letters, if they appear in a word and there are still some more letters, what we do, we use the beginning form of the next letter. So you'll see what I mean in a minute. Now here qaf is in the middle, but because it appeared after the special letter, we have to use the first form or the beginning form of qaf. Let's copy the beginning form of qaf. This is how qaf looks like in the beginning. We will copy this one. Ta does join on both sides. Ta is in the middle, so we'll look at the middle form. This is how ta looks like in the middle. Let's copy this. Ra is in the middle as well. See, it's in the middle of the word. The beginning of this word is alif and the end of this word is ta. Okay, anything else is in the middle. We use the qaf's beginning form just because it appeared after a special letter. The rule is that the special letters do not join with the letters after. Qaf is after the special letter, it will not join. So what we do, we use the beginning shape of qaf, which we used here. Let me change this one because it's a little bit confusing maybe. So I'll give it a white space like this. Okay, not really. Do it again. Like this. Okay, so we have qaf here. Now ra is in the middle. Okay, and there's no reason we can't use the middle form, so let's use the middle form of ra. This is how ra looks like in the middle. It's the middle column. This is how ra looks like. And remember, ra is one of the special letters. So ra looks something like this in the middle. It's the middle form of ra. Now ra is the special letter, which means the joining up is finished. We cannot join ra with the ba. So if we can't join this letter with the letter after it, which is ba, it means we have to use the beginning shape of ba. Let's copy it. This is how ba looks like in the beginning. Now the last letter is ta. So let's see how ta looks like at the end. This is how ta looks like at the end. Let's copy this. So we have copied the shapes and you know these are the joining points. This is the joining point, 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 this and this. So what we need to do now, we need to bring them in one line. See, this one is not in line, so what we do, we can either take all of them up or just bring the raw down. So just bring the raw down, it's much easier. Let's copy this. We have to, okay, you will see what I mean. This is alif, and then qaf, so, and then joining point of ta. Now I have to bring the raw down to make these two joining points in one line, make them aligned. So this and this, okay. Then ba and ta. So what I did, I brought all the joining points in one line. Okay, you might not be able to get it perfectly straight in one line, but there should be more or less in one line. Now let's join all these joining points and write the word. So I'll use this color. Alif, qaf, ta, ra, ba and ta. اقتربت. Let's go to the next word. Ya, ra, ya, dal, waw, and nun. Ya is at the beginning of the word and nun is at the end, so we use the beginning form of ya. Let's copy it. This is the beginning column, this is ya. This is how ya looks like. This is ya. Next letter is ra. Ra is in the middle of the word, okay. Let's copy the middle form of ra. This is how ra looks like in the middle. If you can copy this shape perfectly, okay, as it is, that's perfect. But if you can't, if you just copy something like this, if you just write something like this, that will be good enough. So it should be different from dhal, okay. See, dhal is here this way, ra is down, okay. So dhal, the beginning, the joining point is here at the bottom. For ra, the joining point is somewhere in the middle. Let's join it. Let's copy this shape, ra. Something like this. Now, as ra is one of the special letters, remember the special letters: alif, waw, dal, dhal, ra, za. These are the special letters. What is special about them? They do not join with the letters after them. Now, because they can't join, or they do not join with the letters after them, but we still have letters here, we still have ya, dal, waw, so we will use the beginning form. So it's like the joining up has finished here, we are starting the joining up again. We use the beginning form of ya, and we know it here. Ya is like this. Let's copy this again. Yeah. Next letter is dal. Let's see what dal looks like. Dal is still in the middle, okay. Dal is in the middle of the word. Let's copy dal. This is how dal looks like in the middle. Let's copy this. Okay. Now that is also a special letter, which means we cannot join anything on this side. But if you look, the next letter is waw. Waw is also a special letter, which means this will not join with waw. So we just copy the shape of waw, because waw and dal will not join with each other because they are both special letters. So there are two things about them. If you remember, we learned they do not join with each other, they do not join with the letters after them. So it will not join with wow. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just copy wow, and we know wow doesn't join with the letter after it, so there is no point looking at the joining sheet. But if we do look for wow in the beginning form, because after the special letter, the next letter we copy, we look at the beginning form. Let's see what wow looks like in the beginning. This is the beginning column, and this is, so see, if even if you look at the table, you will see wow by itself shape. Okay, so we don't need to look at the table, we can just copy the letter, because we know it will not join on both sides. So let's copy this. This is wow. Now we know that if a special letter appears in a word, the next letter we join, we use the beginning form. But here we have only one letter, there is nothing after it, so we don't need to look at the beginning form of it, because we are not beginning to join anything. This is just the letter by itself, so we just copy the letter by itself, noon. Okay, now let's mark the joining points. So this is the joining point of dhal. Because dhal is a special letter, it will not join on this side, so there is no joining point on this side. Don't say that this is the joining point, this is not. Okay, wow hasn't got any joining points because wow has a special letter before it, which means it cannot join with each other. Wow is a special letter, dhal is a special letter, they will not join with each other. And we know that the special letter here, which is wow, it will not join with the letter after it. Okay, so it hasn't got any joining point. Now noon hasn't got any joining point here because we haven't copied the joined up shape. This is not the middle, this is not the beginning form, this is not the middle form, this is not the end form, so it hasn't got any joining point because there is nothing after it which it could have joined with, and there is a special letter before it, which means it will not join. The special letter do not join with the letter after it, so noon has nothing to join with, so we just write the by itself shape. If we write by itself shape, we can't see any, we can't find any joining point, there is no joining point there. Okay, now let's see the joining point of ya. This is the joining point of ya on this side. Then this raw, again it will have a joining point only on the right side, because the special letters will have the joining points on their right if there is a non-special letter before it. Yes. So these are the joining points. What we need to do now, we need to bring them into one line. Let's bring them to one line. So this is ya, then we need to bring the raw down to bring the joining point here. This is raw, then ya again, and then the joining point of dhal on the right side here, bring it up. This is dhal. Then the wow hasn't got any joining point, you just need to write it on the line, then noon on the line, and the ya has two dots here. We have the word. Now let's write it properly. So when I say write it properly, means cut these lines short and fill up the joining point, join them. So this is ya, this is raw, ya, this is dhal, this is waw, and this is noon. Yuriduna. Let's go to the next one. Mim, dhal, ba, ya. So mim is in the beginning of the word and ya is at the end. Let's copy the beginning form of mim. By now you should know, you should have memorized the beginning form of these letters, but anyway, let's look at the sheet. This is the beginning form of mim. Let's copy this. something like this. Then is dhal. Let's copy dhal. We'll copy the middle form because dhal is in the middle. This is how dhal looks like in the middle, when it appears in the middle of the word. Let's copy this. Now we have a special letter. Dhal is one of the special letters. If you remember the letters, it's alif, waw, dal, dhal, ra, and za. It's very easy. Alif, waw, and then dal, dhal, ra, za. Everybody know the sequence: dal, dhal, ra, za. So these are four, and then the beginning one alif, and there is a waw. When they appear in a word, what happens? The joining up of the word finishes. You cannot join anything after this. Okay. So the next letter we'll copy the beginning form because we are starting the joining up again. So we copy the beginning form. Let's see how ba looks like in the beginning. This is how ba looks like. Let's copy it. After ba is dhal. We have copied dhal already. Let's copy this shape here as well. Let me do the dot again because it's a bit confusing. Okay, now again we have ba. We copied ba here. Again, when the special letter comes, the joining up finishes. The next letter you copy has to be the beginning form, unless it is by itself, which here ba is not by itself, there's ya after it. So we can copy the beginning form of ba. So that's ba. Now we have the last letter, which is ya. So you look for ya in the last column or the end column. Let's copy the ya. Let's see how ya looks like. This is how ya looks like at the end. This is how ya looks like at the end. Now what we do, let's find the joining points. The joining point of ya on the right is this. The joining point of ba is here. There is no joining point on the right of ba because there is a special letter before it. If there is a special letter before it, it will not join. So there is no joining point here. This is not the joining point of dhal because dhal will not join with the letter after it, because dhal is one of those special letters. So for the special letters, the joining points will always be on the right. Okay, here. So this is the joining point of dhal, and then this is the joining point of ba. Again, this is the joining point of dhal. This is the joining point of mim. Let's bring these joining points in one line. So mim, dhal, ba, dhal, ba, and bring the ya down because ya is the joining point is not in line with this. Bring it down. So we start from here and do this. In Arabic, you have the freedom to go up or down the line. Doesn't matter. If you go above the line or below the line, it doesn't matter. Okay, now let's use this and write the word properly. Ma, dhal. Okay, and ba, and dhal, and ba, and ya. So this is how you will join this word. Let's join the next word. So we will join alif ba, ra, alif, and ra. This word. Now let's copy. Let's see now how alif is in the beginning and ra is at the end. Let's see how alif looks like in the beginning. One thing about these special letters is the beginning form is same as its basic shape. So if you look at the alif in the beginning, alif will look exactly the same as it is here. Okay, but just look, let's look at it. So see, this is the itself form. This is how you write alif without any joining or anything, and this is the beginning form. Both of them are same. Let's look for dhal. Dhal, see, dhal in the beginning and dhal by itself looks the same. Dhal, dhal, raza, all of them, they look the same. The middle and the end look the same, and the beginning and the itself look the same. Let's copy alif. This is how alif looks like. Then ba, by now you should know the beginning form of ba. Let's copy it. This is ba in the beginning. Then we have ra. Ra is in the middle, so we copy the middle form. Let's see how ra looks like in the middle. So this is ra in the middle. Let's copy this shape. Ra. This is how ra looks like in the middle. Now ra is a special letter. The joining up has finished here, but we still have two more letters here, alif and ra. Now alif is also a special letter, and we have learned that special letters do not join with each other. So we will write the beginning form of alif, which we just learned that it is exactly the same as the itself shape. Okay, so let's copy alif here. Now we have still one letter remaining, which is ra, and ra is also a special letter, so we cannot join alif with ra. Let's copy the shape. Now let's find the joining points. Alif hasn't got any joining point. Okay, then because there is nothing before it, if there was anything before, then alif would have a joining point, but there's nothing before it. It's the first letter of the word, and it cannot have the joining point on the left because it's a special letter. Ba hasn't got any joining point on the right because this is the beginning shape, the beginning form of ba, and before it is a special letter, so we will not find any joining point on this side, on the right side. So it's on the left side here, ba. This is the joining point of ba. Ra is a special letter, which means on this side there can't be any joining point. The joining point has to be on this side. This is the joining point. Then alif hasn't got any joining point because there's a special letter before it. If there was no special letter, it was something else, then alif would have a joining point here because they do join on this side. Okay, they do join to the right, they do not join with to the left. So there is obviously no joining point onto the left side. Now again, ra is a special letter, but before it is a special letter as well, so there is no joining point on this side, and obviously it's the last letter, so you cannot find any joining point here. Let's bring these joining points in one line. Alif, ba, and bring the joining point here, and then alif, and then ra. Now let's copy it here and write the word properly. Alif, ba, and then ra, and then alif, and then ra. Abrar. So that's it. Let's go to the next one, which is dhal, alif, waw, and dhal. All of them are special letters. Dhal is a special letter, alif is a special letter, waw is a special letter, and dhal is a special letter again. So what do we know about the special letters? That they don't join with the letters after them, plus they do not join with each other. So we copy the beginning form of dhal here, which will look exactly the same as we learned that the beginning form looks exactly like its basic shape. And then the next letter is alif. Alif is also a special letter, and the special letter will not join with the special letter. We just copy the letter, the beginning form of the letter, which is the same as this. Then the next one is again a special letter. We copy it again here without joining, because they don't join with each other. So this is waw again. Now waw is again a special letter, which means it will not join on this side because of the special letter, and it will not because of the alif being a special letter, and on this side because waw itself is a special letter. They will not join with the letters after them. Then the last letter we have is dhal. So this is how we join this word. There is no joining up, but it is joined up. The next word we have is fa, ra, ta, mim, and alif. Let's join this one. So the beginning is fa and the end is alif. Let's see how fa looks like in the beginning of the word. This is how fa looks like. Let's copy it. Fa. The next letter is ra. Ra is in the middle of the word. So ra, ta, mim. They are all in the middle. Okay. Let's copy the middle form of ra. This is how ra looks like in the middle. Let's copy this. Now we have a special letter, ra. It means the joining up has finished here. We cannot join ra on this side. So the next letter we copy, whatever it is if it's a special letter or a non-special letter, doesn't matter. The next letter we copy will be the beginning form of that letter. Let's see what the next letter is. The next letter is ra here. So we copy the beginning form of ra. We have learned that the beginning form of all the special letters are same as its basic shape. So let's just copy this without looking at the joining up sheet. Just copy this because it's a special letter and it's in the beginning. It's not in the beginning, it's the middle of the word, but because it's the beginning of the joining up. Let's copy the ra. This is how ra looks like in the beginning, because it's a special letter, and we're starting from here. The next letter is ta. Now ra is a special letter, which means the next letter we copy will be the beginning shape of that letter. The next shape we copy will be the beginning shape of the next letter, which is ta, and let's see how ta looks like. This is how ta looks like in the beginning. Let's copy. The next letter is mim. Mim is not a special letter, it does join and it's still in the middle. Let's copy the middle form of mim. This is how mim looks like in the middle. Let's copy this. Now the last letter is alif, so we copy the end form of alif. Let's see how alif looks like at the end. If you remember, in this word and this word and this word, these three words, yeah, we just copied the last letter. We did not use the joining up sheet because the second last letter is a special letter here, the second last letter here is a special letter, the second last letter is a special letter here. So we did not need to look at the joining up sheet, because we just need to copy this, because it will not join with the second last letter because of it being a special letter. Here the case is different. Mim is not a special letter, so the last letter will join to the second last letter. doesn't matter if it's a special letter, because the special letters only don't join with the letters after them, they do join with the letters before them. So let's copy the end shape of alif. This is the end shape of alif. Let's copy this. See, it's a bit curved here. If you look at this one, it's straight, and this one has a curve. This one has a joining point, that's why. Now let's find the joining points. For fa, this is the joining point. Ra is a special letter and it does join on the right, so this is the joining point. It doesn't join on the left, so there is no joining point here. And then the next letter is a special letter as well, and it is coming after the special letter. This Ra is a special letter, this Ra is a special letter, they will not join, so there is no joining point on the right here. If this Ra wasn't a special letter, if it was some other letter which was not special letter, then this Ra would have a joining point on this side. But because it's special letter, there is no joining point on the right, and a special letter cannot have a joining point on the left anyway, so there is no joining point on the left. Then we have ta, the joining point. Because the joining up of the word finishes here, we cannot join anything here after this, so ta does join with the letters after it, so this is the joining point of ta. Now mim joins on both sides. Mim joins on the right because it's not a special letter, and on the left, so these are the two joining points of mim. Alif is the special letter, but what we know about special letters is that they do join with the letters before them, the letters on their right, they do join. So this is the joining point of alif. Let's copy them here and bring the joining points in one line. This is fa, and then bring the ra down, so the joining point of ra comes in line with this one, this and this. This is ra, then this ra, and then ta, and then mim, and then alif. Sorry. Now let's join them and write them together properly. Fa, ra, ra, ta, mim, and alif. So that's how you would join this word. So that's it for the special letters. Any questions, please get in touch in the comments bar or on the website, and you know the website is www.myelm.co.uk. you can go to contact page there and you can contact me. You can send an email. You should be able to join any Arabic letter now. These are the rules. If you think you need more guidance on this, just get in touch please. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.